Hello, boys and girls. My name is Koyoshi, 1907 here, back with my 100% blind playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity for Nintendo Switch 2. We're doing a DLC still. And in the last episode, we were able to get a big chunk of the game done, doing a lot of challenge missions in particular that were kind of annoying to deal with. But now we have more stuff done, so yeah, we're fine. But probably more infamously, though, we also finished off all EXE research quests in the last video. We had grinded so much off camera, of course, that we were able to do a bunch of stuff that way. Oh, we're really almost done with that? Okay, well, there's only a couple more left, but they're all really hard now. It did say that one of the battles might be all 100, but we haven't seen it yet. So I guess let's do this. No yellow items appear, research battles skills. I wonder how this will work. You know what, we're gonna try using Suga just for, Let's see if he has enough power to actually do this. He was pretty overpowered for the last battles. Let's see how well he does here with his proper buffs. Alright, let's use him. We did just upgrade him to 98 too, so we can have an extra different character to use. Because as fun as it is to use King Roll all the time, it does get kind of boring after a while, and I think Suga might actually be faster for some of these missions, because it seems like he can just almost immediately reveal a weak point, not to start starting the battle. So this is just like the regular battles. Oh, hang on. We have to battle according to our instructions. Perfect dodges, of course, means we need to do a certain amount of things as we're going. If we had known that, we would have gone for perfect dodges sooner. When you actually expect you to do perfect dodges, it gets kind of annoying, man. Especially when you have 3 rush set up, yet it doesn't work at all. And yes, that's a perfect dodge is when you get a furry rush, if you're wondering. Dude, we keep getting it anyway. Now we finally got one, jeez. We lost more than 90% of our health just trying to go for that. Okay. I'm gonna wait a bit. I wanna see what he asks. Defeat him with a weak point smash. That's what I was thinking. Okay, good. Alright, well, okay, this is a little bit interesting of a battle so far. So we're pretty much just using... We're just pretty much forced to furry rush everything then. So it gets really tricky then. Especially against a white-lined Lionel too. Just one of the strongest enemies in the entire game. By the way, here I was thinking that I could just destroy this much easier and nope. Not even in the slightest. Instead, they're making us dodge against some of the most annoying enemies in the entire game. If I die, it's probably because I cannot dodge properly. That's kind of insane. So we're basically locked into Dark Souls, the video game, except we can't just dodge normally. We have to dodge perfectly. So it's basically as if we were playing Dark Souls again. I did mention a lot of these games have mechanics similar to Dark Souls. This is one of those games, and it's starting to feel more and more like Dark Souls, because we have to kind of do it correctly. Sometimes we dodge correctly, but other times we just barely dodge too early or too late. Even with a 10% extra timing window, it still is being hard to dodge. Because, like, we have to dodge it literally the last second, and sometimes we may not even get a Furry Rush, even though we felt like we dodged perfectly. We even have, like, the buff. I keep dodging way too early somehow. How is that not getting a Furry Rush? So yeah, we can't get out or else we don't get Furry Rush. How many times is this gonna take, man? This is why I probably would die a bunch in Dark Souls, because if I can't perfect dodge in this game, I probably can't do Dark Souls, because Dark Souls requires even more precise dodging than this. I only joked about that because it seems like that's all we have to do. Oh my gosh, finally! It's about time we got that. I've done like at least a few dozen dodges now. Not one of them worked. It's nasty. I feel like we're taking hits on purpose, but they're not. Yes, you can perfect dodge this too. I keep doing it too early though. Okay, finally. One more. Oh, man. Why do we even have to battle, according to Ravi's instructions? I know we'd get a game over if we skip it, but, like, what if we wanted to do something else and not deal with all this mechanic? It's kind of annoying, you know? Because we're really just waiting for him to do the proper attack. I don't think we can even Furry Rush that. I'm pretty sure I pressed the button to dodge, and the dodge really didn't come out at all. Again, I pressed the dodge button, but it was just a little bit too late. We're already running out of food. We might have to die and try again if this keeps too on. I know Lionels are bad, but I didn't expect them to be this bad. All because they forced us to do a stupid objective mechanic. Good thing they make us have a lot more time than normal, but even then, there's a limit to how much food we can have. Once we run out of that, we're pretty much forced to take a death and retry. Oh yeah, difficulty doesn't matter, by the way, but if you're on hardest, we probably would have already died like 15 times doing this. This is definitely a mission where you have to practice and run like a few dozen times to get better. Might be better to honestly exchange out our damage and focus on perfect dodging. Because even just 10% doesn't seem enough, man. I don't know. I think I could do it without it. I don't know why, but I want to. Finally! Literally went through all my food, pretty much, just to finally get it done. Well, now it forces us to use a special attack, but it's a good thing we saved those. And in case we fail, we could just do it again. If I must. This is a special attack. Yeah. Screw off, Ravi. This challenge was way more annoying than it needed to be. It seemed fun at first, but like, that was not fun at all. Okay. If I see that happen again, I'm definitely exiting out of the battle next time and re-rolling to get just perfect dodges up. And maybe even run with weapon or character that also has perfect dodge increase. Because you can stat those skills and then all of a sudden Furry Rushes become significantly easier to do. But yeah, we showed yet we could still do it without it because we had pure gamer skill on our side, just not the best. Okay, this one's basically the same thing except it's restricted to items from coming in. Okay, well, I didn't like what happened. Let's actually check the sword stuff. Okay, well, that's an easy no for him. He does not have the damage buff. Let's see what Koga has. I know someone has dodge, but I don't know who. So we're just gonna go for each character and find out who has it. I don't think Link has it. The icon will look different. I think it's Impa, actually. Okay, it's not Impa. He actually has special attack charge rate, interestingly enough. I go to that first. This is what we wanted to look at. Okay, no. What about Kane?
I will fulfill my duty.
There is no. Okay, I don't think it matters what we do, unfortunately. So we might just want to run Impa then. Impa might be a faster character. I don't know. But we could make that work probably a lot better.
What a treat.
Actually, wait. If it is EXC Battle Research items, it might be based off of how we use items. In that case, I'm backing out. I'm going to use Kane. I'm going to get all of these. Because that was unfair we had to use so many of those. I promise. We're going to try and do this battle without ever using a Sailor this time. And that was on normal mode, to be fair. We probably would have died 15 dozen times or even be one-shot, perhaps, if we were playing on Apocalyptic. That's how nasty that difficulty is.
Okay.
Okay. We'll wait for her to do stuff. Check the Ice Choo-Choo with fire. Hey, at least the game tells us. Alright. Oh, that was too fast. Oh, he just respawns it. I see. Okay, so if you fail, they just, That's what I thought. If you kill him too early, all that changes is you get punished by, So it's just like before then. Or if you fail to get the trick correctly, all that happens is he gets annoyed at you and you have to literally fight a second opponent then. That's all that happens. And see, look, now it's reappeared a second time. So we end up actually doing it like a few times. Now he wants us to do something different entirely. So we just did all that, but now we're supposed to finish him off with a remote bomb. Well, to make that easier, we want to weaken the Choo-Choo first, and then defeat him with a remote bomb. Bam! Okay, well, this is way easier than the other challenge. Her has a much better set of challenges. Rune counters. This is actually pretty simple. Just tedious more than anything, because we have to wait for them to do a certain thing. We could try and pause the game, of course, to wait for the rune counter to actually happen, and then we can hit them a bit while we're doing this, just not have to grind it out later. But yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot about rune counters, but yeah. Those are the things we have to do. It would help if they do something other than just doing the other attacks. What if we take out one but not the other? I have no idea. Okay. So far, nothing changes. It'd be nice if he actually did the thing that I want him to do. Maybe running away baits him to doing the thing. Sometimes AI does different things depending on where far away you are and the way he's set up. Maybe we can run away from do stuff better. Oh, now it's this guy. Okay, Metal Lino's a little bit trickier, so we're gonna have to actually fight it normally instead of using a remote bomb at first. I think our idea is to weaken it to like maybe 3/4 health and then just spam remote bombs and also tip it off a bit with some basic attacks along the way. Let's still use remote bombs all the time while we're waiting now, but I think we want to for sure do at least a couple of specials first. Particularly getting Furry Rushes and smashing him a couple of times. Then once it gets to a certain point, we'll just attack him with exclusively remote bombs. We won't even hit his weak point after that. We'll just ignore that entirely. So yeah, we'll let him get that back. So we can then do this. And we'll just... Probably one of the few times in the game where you actually don't want a weak point smash. Instead, you want to just use this time to weaken them further. Because we have to defeat them with a remote bomb. And this is why I wanted the King. Because he has one of the strongest remote bomb attacks in the entire game. So that makes it a lot easier. You could do it with just about any character, but King Rum is definitely one of the easiest characters to do this with. Okay, well that was an actually fun and interesting battle that didn't honestly take that long at all. And since we grind a lot of our characters, we're now really powerful for these. We used to be pretty underpowered before, but now look at this. Some of our characters are even level 100. So yeah, slowly but surely we're getting these done. But there's still a lot more that go though. A bit worried about still, so we'll buy a bit more of that. And the main stuff that we do as well, which is Stealth and Trout and Boo Nightshade. If the merchant's even here, he's probably not though. Okay, for it. We don't need any more. Hopefully we don't have to actually restock. And now we have to do Coliseum again. Let's do Handle the Horde next. This one's interesting because it forces us to fight lots of enemies at once. Who do we actually want for that? We could have pretty much anyone though. We could have Suga, we could have Impa, we can have a few other people. I'm gonna try Zelda for this battle though. Zelda is also strong enough to potentially get our level 25 weapon herself. She's the only other character I have in the setup right now that doesn't have a level 75 plus weapon yet. So we need to get her up next. Let's keep that. Dash attack we don't really need because we're gonna use it anyway. Actually, we can probably even stop there. Dude, oh, yeah, dude, we only need to do 2. That would save us a little bit of time and not waste time there. And we got our first upgraded seal now on Zelda. Now let's raise this up a bit more. Beetles. These Bacolin trophies yet again. And then we can start strengthening Zelda's weapon. Zelda's also pretty broken. She also has like 3 different weapons to pick from, but this is probably the strongest one we can pick. Oh, she's just resistant to all status effects. Okay, that's something I definitely want to keep. So maybe we could use her on a mission that says that we need to deal with status effects. Electricity, fire, and ice, those are the kind of stuff that we need to worry about normally. We could just skip if we have Zelda now. which just saves us a whole lot of stress in doing those battles normally. But yeah, I'm doing her stuff now because she has lots of weapons that we haven't gotten rid of yet. I know we could also use our Master Cycle, but so far Master Cycle hasn't actually been needed. We only needed to use it for those research objectives, basically. That's about it. And it's a fun weapon to play around. I think it was a really cool weapon, but I still think Zelda's bow is by far stronger. Alright, I said I would bounce out with more trickier missions. Yes. So we're gonna do that next. We're gonna skip EXE Calm Master and go right into the thick of things with Handle the Horde instead. And since this is a normal battle, we'll try this again. We might have to start replacing that, though, with some either defense or something else, depending on the setup. I don't know why, but it seems like Furry Rushes haven't been working for me lately. So, exchange to maybe do something a little bit better. We're just going to use the strongest damage buff to make this go as fast as it possibly can. Because as you know, I do not like playing with the other stuff in mind. I just changed it off briefly because we didn't have enough rock salt, particularly, to keep doing this over and over again. But now that we're actually getting into these strong battles, we want to start doing the original 12% damage increase and 70% Sheikah Rune damage. And by the way, the reason why I do Sheikah Rune damage is because, as you might have guessed, the runes in this game are really busted, and you can do a lot of damage just spamming the crap out of them over and over again. Not to mention they're kind of needed to break most weak points anyway. Okay, well, so far this is starting with just defeating a bunch of enemies. I assume that means we don't need to defeat anything else, so we want to focus on all the weak enemies then. We need to try also using bombs. The bombs can help us out a little bit with taking out enemies in a good area hit and also destroying them. Okay, let's do this. Since we don't need much, we're probably going to want to just defeat as many enemies as we can. We can reset this if we're not close to done. So yeah, this sounds really cool if you want to quickly take out a bunch of enemies quickly. I kind of don't want to go there. This is a tricky battle so far. It seems like it's a big puzzle of some sorts. Because you can't just go around hitting enemies willy-nilly. You might not actually get them all done. You need to probably find the areas with the most enemies in it. What if we take them out, though? I wonder if this will do something if we take him out. I figured as much. Okay, so taking out baddies is good. I figured this much, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, we can respawn more enemies in the field by defeating the stronger enemies if we choose, but it's not useful unless you can do them all at once. Okay, well, we got 300 done, but turns out we need 500 now. Okay, this does freeze the timer, so we could probably take out a large amount of enemies quicker using that. So this is what they mean by handle the Horde. You need to figure out a way to destroy multiple enemies quickly. But what about it otherwise? Okay, got more monsters to show up. Is it even worth it to take out the Synox? I don't know. I'll find out right now. We'll try to use our specials on him so we can go a little bit faster. Okay, well that worked. We just use our specials on him, we should be fine, I think. This is what we get specials for. Okay, sure enough, it did work. We got even more monsters to show up because of that. So we started our start at a time, but got way more monsters to show up now. So now the missions should hopefully be clearable. This is a really good mission for EXP grinding, I guess, since there's so many enemies around. You have to defeat, looks like 1,000 enemies. Okay, well this might actually be a tougher battle since, like, you need to have really good routing in order to do it properly. It says we can use fire, huh? Like, this Mio Wizrobe isn't just here for nothing. Maybe he also summons Zenshum when we defeat him. Okay, no, I guess it's just used for that. Okay, well, we want to ignore those guys then. Pretty much entirely. Okay, this is a lot tighter than I expected. We gotta actually, like, make use of our specials in large radiuses to really kill these guys fast. Okay, this is a little bit tougher than expected. Of course, if I had known that our enemies give more experience stuff, I would have gone around and killed them first, and then killed the weaker enemies as they appeared. Okay. We're kind of already screwed. I didn't know there would be this many enemies. I thought it would actually stop at 500 sooner rather than later. I guess not. So this is less a time constraint, and like I said, more of a puzzle, because if you just try going through it randomly... Oh! Okay, they ran away anyway. Oh, so it's just a timed battle where I have to get a certain amount, and then I guess we get better rewards, depending on when we go? Very odd. Very odd mission, actually. I've actually thought we were failing there, but I guess it was just one of those old-fashioned time missions where we just had to deal with enough enemies to cause a victory. I think we need at least 500 to win, or else we would fail, I assume. But yeah. I guess we handled the Horde pretty well then, did we, huh? That wasn't so bad, actually, was it? Well, let's do another chapter. I'm not going to waste too much time here. As fun as it is to upgrade our weapons, I don't think we can do much more with them beyond just being good. So, time for EXE Column Master next. As funny as it is, I probably want evasion or something else over doing attack setup, but we could just use Suga again. Nah, I'm gonna use my safety pick. Hope you guys don't mind seeing a lot of Keen Rome, but yeah, in some of the tougher challenges, I'm gonna try and use him so we can use bombs over and over again, and since this is a tighter enemy side, I decided to go with perfect dodge window this time. Just so we could maybe get a couple more Fury Rushes against them, but that's just a maybe. We might not even do that. Oh, there is also a guard we can do. I keep forgetting, but Keen Rome reflects damage. Guard, so we could also just guard the attack too. I almost forgot about that. Actually, I did forget. Yeah, so I can go and just guard if I choose to. Alright. Wow, he just said his full name like he's ready to go, man. So this is just like the arena from before, except now the enemies are even harder, basically. So it's basically a harder version of the arena we've already done. Well, that was convenient. We literally just used the bombs as I was using bombs. But yeah. Time to show you why Keen Rome might be the most busted character in the game. Your loop for him is pretty easy, mostly. Or, rotation is more or less easy. You're just gonna keep using bombs over and over again, pretty much. And we don't even have to get on him because he has such good range. He can just hit the Frost Talus from afar. I mean, we don't take any damage while doing that. And Lyca's has 2 forms too. Okay, good. Of course, we're pretty strong being level 100 with a level 30 weapon, so we're more than capable of doing this. The only thing that would stop us now is, like, putting it on a higher level difficulty. I will say, though, so far this game is quite fun. Oh, hello. Well, this just got intense. Okay, well, that was cool. Somehow got 2 of them attacked at the same time while we were still trying to do something. Where's the other one? I want to hit him with a bomb next. Okay, I still interrupted him even though he got the attack off because we had weakened him prior. Alright. Good. Okay. I think we want to focus on one of them first if we can. Oh, we like bumped off the wall there. Okay, yeah, I probably should have joked around about this fight. I didn't expect it to suddenly throw me into 2 Malice Lionels. I was expecting a Lionel at some point, but not 2. So obviously you want to defeat one of them first. Okay, good. Dodge! I heard his noise go off, so it was time to dodge. So even though we probably couldn't see really well, we still got to dodge just fine. But yeah, his bomb is really broken, as you can see. It's like easily spammable, and that's why Kimro is my favorite character in this game. He can destroy people really quickly, which helps make this battle a lot faster. That was the fastest weak point smash we've ever done. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, last I checked, actually, no way, I know who's next. Oh, we have to get a long cutscene for him, too. Why not? Yeah, we have to face Calamity again. I don't want to be too humpy here, though, so we're going to heal up real quick. Just to make for a little bit more HP. And then we'll just start damaging him. Oh, we Fury Rushed him. Oh, perfect. We charged again. Okay, so we can't play as Calamity Ganon here then, because Calamity Ganon is the character we're playing against here. Fighting. Oh, wow, that was convenient. Again, we just do a bomb and immediately changes to the theme we want him to. Oh. Didn't really do that much damage, though. Oh, perfect. Yeah, just like all the other Fury Rushes are once again the key to taking out these tankier battles a lot faster. Of course, it helps that we're on normal mode. Well, this is why they call it Master Arena. Okay, I'm taking him out pretty fast, actually, all things considered. Laser Sash will make it go a little bit faster. Oh. He did the feint I was gonna use a rune counter for, and then I dodged and Fury Rushed it instead. I guess that works out. And again, we just immediately did the bomb thing. We're just instinctively trying to bomb a lot anyway, and it just so happens to also be his weakness. And yeah, okay, well, that was a little exciting, I'll say that much. But beyond that, it was quite easy, because we're level 100. I think it'll become balanced once again once we get to the actual non-level 100 one. I mean, the one that's actually properly level 100. Of course, higher battles also mean we get more experience and level up closer to level 100 faster, too. So, yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. Wow. I can't believe we're actually this close to finishing this, man. Depending on the setup, you guys might get only 1 or 2 videos, or maybe none at all next week, because after a playthrough like this, I might want to take my break from stuff. But if you guys have been watching the secondary playthrough, then you'll probably already know what's next. Rupee Rescue. Survival of the Fittest. So, they both seem kind of long. Well, let's, quickly do some weapon upgrading. We'll do it for Impa this time. This time we'll start with just his swords that have the same skill that matches what we have. Oh, except for that one. We want to get that one. Okay, well, it looks like we don't have as much as I thought. Okay, we just barely don't have enough. Mostly do all of them. I get lucky, which I'm not worthy to try that out. I mean, I don't have enough to do that efficiently. Okay, that didn't get us another level with Koga, unfortunately, but that's fine. Actually, let's just do the sell thing now. This is starting to bother me that there's so many weapons that have this LOL feature, but we haven't gotten it upgraded beyond that. I'm not saying that these are bad weapons. In fact, it's nice that we're able to get some sell money back, but beyond that, there's not much else we can do. Yeah, any weapons that are high resale value, you want to sell, obviously. We have several other character upgrades, but since we have so many weapons to store now, we could always just use them later. Beyond that, I'm not sure if we're going to use the other characters. It would be fun to build multiple characters, I'll say, but I'm not going to waste time building that many. That's why I said, like, because we're trying to just get this game done as quickly as possible, we're trying to focus on just a few characters that might need upgrades. Beyond that, we can kind of just ignore everything else. Okay, well, now I know the best battle to quickly get experience from. EXE, handle the Horde. That's probably the grinding mission that a lot of people use now. But here's the thing, it's not really necessary in this game because you already get a lot of experience by just optimizing which characters to grind and then just spending the money to grind rupees to grind them up to level 100 instead. So yeah, very convenient that way. I don't know why that way, I'm gonna save again just because I sometimes forget. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe. That was fun. We're actually getting really close to the end now. I think we have only a few more EXE battles left, and pretty soon they'll all be cleared. We just need the map to be pretty much completely blue except for some red parts on it. Those do not need to be done because they do not give anything interesting, as far as I'm aware. And, like, we already did the main 100% objective. We did that quite a few bunch of episodes ago. Be sure to check out the other videos if you haven't seen that as a result. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.